Here are 3 video games that just unlock core memories with me. And these are some of my favorites. I gotta first start off with the Sega Genesis because that was my first console. I did a video not too long ago. You should go check out. Going through some of my old stash, and I talked about Technoclash. And that was a game that was published by EA. It was developed by Zono, if you remember that Aliens versus Predator Extinction game, I believe, for the PS2. They're the same developers that also made Technoclash, and Technoclash was their first game. And I remember playing this game initially because remember, I'm really young here, and it was like this sort of action game, had some RPG elements, wondering like what in the hell is going on and what am I doing, because it was this crazy setting. It was more a fantasy setting, at least the base was, right? You're dealing with wizards and all this other stuff. But then I guess the core premise of the game, you got this sort of invasion, if you will, of like robots and stuff. Really trippy game, but I had a lot of fun on it. Next up, and if you watch my videos, you've heard me talk about this a lot, the Bouncer for the PlayStation 2. It was made by Dream Factory. It's published by, they were called Squaresoft at the time. One of my favorite PlayStation 2 games of all time. And it was this beat 'em up. You had these 3 different characters that you could play as. Typical story, mega corporation takes over this city. They end up kidnapping like one of the main characters, like friends, and it sends you on this big adventure. And I played the absolute hell out of that game. The ragdoll physics, loved it. Fun beat 'em up. And not my first beat 'em up, obviously, consider Sega Genesis and Streets of Rage and everything else. But man, I just clocked so many hours in on this. It was one of the games that came out early in the PS2's launch. And the third game, of course, I had to mention this, coming out on that same system, that PlayStation 2, SOCOM, U.S. Navy SEALs. Now, my closest friend, he was an Xbox guy, so I played Halo with him a lot. But my big introduction to online gaming, and maybe not the first online game that I played, but it was the one that I remember clocking the most hours in and I was most invested in, and that was SOCOM. I played them all, of course, but the one I clocked the most hours in was in SOCOM 2. I was probably the best, however, in combined assault, playing demolition, my little busted headset, arguing with teammates. It was like 16v16 in some of those game modes or something of that nature. I know you had like AV8 or something like that. But just all around, just had a lot of fun on demolition, crossroads. What was that Blizzard map? I believe that was that 3 or combined assault. It was just, I played so many hours in that game, and man, I really wish they would create it again, maybe modernize it or something of that nature. But look, had a lot of fun with SOCOM, and those are my 3 games. They just unlock these core memories, playing them with friends, playing them with online friends, kinfolk, all that good stuff. What are those 3 games for you that, even if they weren't the best games, not going down as the greatest games, they may be a game that you just remember everything so vividly with?